Dang it. Told him to keep his phone on him so that he would know when we're about to record.
Oh, I just wanted to see if you were around. I just want to see if you were around. But it looks like you're not. It looks like not. It doesn't sound like you're around. So I'll call back another time. I'll call back another time. I'll call back by another time when you're around. Yeah.
So when you eat a sardine, do you eat the whole fish, tail and head and everything?
No head.
You don't eat the poop that's inside the fish then?
No, they're all clean. No, see, there's the sardine poop can is right next to the sardines at the store.
Oh, so the sardines that you have their own facilities.
Yeah.
Okay, they get to wipe themselves and everything. I know. That begs the question with our movie that we just watched. I wonder if Godzilla wipes himself and what he wipes himself with.
I don't think he can reach.
I wonder how radioactive his shit is.
I would say probably fairly. Pretty long half-life. If I could type. Oop, I'm using the wrong mouse. That's probably it. I'm using the wrong keyboard.
This isn't even a computer. This is a bagel.
I'm typing on a George Foreman. Ah! Okay, so I'm John Kadolf.
And I'm 50 Shades of Dan.
And we are two kept men reviewing Godzilla 2014.
It's the 2014 edition.
Yes.
Which I love and have seen 5 times now, but have my criticisms of.
Okay, well, I can't wait to hear them real quick here.
I don't really have a case against it. I like it.
Okay, so
it's not the 1998 version where I have a case against it.
Describe your symptoms.
My symptoms. Well, I cared very much for Bryan Cranston's situation and felt a bit cheated when he just died in the background.
Okay.
About 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
I sort of felt like he was our main character and we should follow him to the end. But that the director, who has admitted, Gareth Edwards, and I do like him, but he's admitted the way he structures a screenplay is to think of the scenes he wants to have and then tries to fit them in, which to me is kind of backwards. Because you want your characters to have their journey. You don't want them to people to just fit into, scenes. And I think that's big criticism I would have is that he has some great images, some great, very cinematic moments, but he's perfectly willing to kill off a major character just to make those moments fit instead of following through.
Yeah.
And giving us Bryan Cranston's, because when you see Bryan Cranston's wife die in front of him at the beginning, it's pretty effective.
Oh yeah.
And you kind of want him to have some sort of resolution for that. I mean, and then he doesn't even have a noble death scene. He has something fall on top of him in the background of the scene, like way in the background.
Yeah. Well, you know why they did that?
Yeah, because they couldn't think of another way to to get all the cool scenes in that they wanted without killing him off.
That's what some people say.
That's what I say.
No,
that's what the director said.
Right, but he was covering up. I read.
But you have the scoop.
I have the scoop.
Oh yeah.
The truth about it is
on JMZ. Here's the scoop.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is that Bryan Cranston died while filming that scene, and so they couldn't afford the CGI with Godzilla, the other kaiju, and Bryan
Cranston.
Yeah, because they couldn't afford, and the timeline, they had to get the film done, so they just killed his character off in the background. Yeah. Okay, so all right.
So okay, but
okay, wait. I gotta come clean.
Okay.
I'm actually making that up. So did you notice that when they re-entered the Q zone, and they finally got into the house.
the quarantine zone.
After they made it back to his house, they were panning through the living room, past an aquarium that said Mothra on the front, and it had a chrysalis. What do they call that? A cocoon.
I did not see
hanging
that.
in there, and it said Mothra on the front.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm sure that many people have already reported that. I
don't know how much of what I hear from you I can take at face value after the whole Bryan Cranston thing, but I did like. I really liked Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, and
she was really good.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen.
She did a really good movie called Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. That's
not real.
It is. Look it up. IMDb right now.
That you're making that doesn't even make sense.
This is how is fake news infecting our movie podcast. Point being, I thought she did a good job, even though
she was fantastic. Brooke really enjoyed her too.
Yeah, and I thought the Kick-Ass Kid was good, even though I felt that they followed his character and they should have followed the Cranston character. Maybe made them team up, kind of. I think.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better overall plan.
But I mean, he was good. It wasn't his fault. It was just, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then he saves that little kid.
What did you call him? The what?
The Kick-Ass Kid.
Yeah.
He's from Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I seem to remember him being associated with something named Kick-Ass.
He was in the movie called Kick-Ass.
Okay. Yeah.
And in Kick-Ass 2, where he played the character Kick-Ass. Okay, so the Mutos. What do you think of the Mutos?
The Mutos were great. There was a poster of them in the boys' room at the beginning of the film.
I thought so.
Yep.
Which is weird because they weren't known to exist until the moment they showed up in the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned, as they're panning through the living room, we see a cocoon.
Oh yeah.
Here, and zoomed in, it says "Dad's Mothra."
Huh.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
It's pretty cool, right? Yep, that's my theory.
So Godzilla is really cool, and he has a really cool intro when he first and his. Okay, that first scene where he shows up and just roars into the camera.
Yep.
That's unbelievable. That's phenomenal.
And
I was mad about that too because I felt like that should have been a big fight after that, and they just cut away to the TV. And I know what he's doing there. He doesn't want to overshoot the character.
Yeah, I still like Kong's approach, where we see Kong within the first
12 seconds
of the movie, and he's like in the card. He's practically in the Universal logo at the beginning, like a cartoon character. If it was MGM, he would have been in place of the lion.
Yeah. But I know what they were trying to, and it succeeded because they showed a good Godzilla as opposed to the Roland Emmerich Godzilla.
Love that. And I love on that TV screen towards the end, it says the King of Monsters saved our city ? Yeah, right. That was great. The movie was such a great feeling throwback to the classic Godzilla. Yes. I'm really pleased and satisfied with the look of Godzilla because they updated him enough, but they left him enough alone.
He looks enough like Godzilla. He doesn't look like an iguana that accidentally shoots flames
in Ferris Bueller's.
Right.
Yeah. So. But anyway, the thing is, and then of course, everybody before they saw the film or the first time they saw the film was sitting there going, when is Godzilla going to use his breath weapon? And then all of a sudden you see the tail coming up and it lights up. Lighting up. Yeah.
Oh, I mentioned that as a criticism of the structure, but he did that to get a lot of visual cues there. But boy, he's got a visual sense like no other.
Yeah, yeah, and then I love how he destroys that Muto at the end. He just opens his mouth and just like. Okay, so the characters were good. I felt in tune with the characters in the film. I wasn't upset. Unlike you, I wasn't upset that Cranston died. Although I was upset that he died, but I
I felt it was. I felt it was
as a mistake.
I feel it was a cheat, but
yeah, no, I mean, I was sad for it.
I mean, it doesn't ruin. Like I said, it doesn't ruin the movie for me. It was one of my favorites of that year. I've saw it 4 times in the theater.
Yeah,
I have the poster on my wall.
Now in Kong, Skull Island, what was the artifact that the soldier gave to the other guy to give to his kid?
I went to the bathroom a lot when I saw that movie. I probably missed that part.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Godzilla is sort of a good guy in the movie. He's definitely someone that people are scared of, but he's bringing balance. He's sort of like, so he's bringing balance to the movie by
force.
By
force. He used force in the movie to bring balance. Not the force, just force. He used force, like kaiju force. He was very forceful in that movie. You saw him pushing them around. Do we want to say anything else about Godzilla?
I think they should be very proud of the movie they made. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a great popcorn flick, and I will watch it many, many, many times in the future.
Yep, I agree, and I would say that I probably will do the same. I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars.
I would give it 9.5 out of 10 dolphins.
Oh, is that how we're going to rate things?